And we focused on 3 areas. First, we equipped our HR business partners, who were a young, talented team, but we weren't, at least when I joined, driving high-impact HR into the business. And we took all of our HR business partners and gave them the first 24 hours of the ground school, the 60 hours required to become an ICF certified coach. We then took our best ones on to ICF certification to give them the confidence and to lean into the business in terms of talent and our teams and engagement agenda. We then took our director level leaders, 650 of them, and gave them all coaching skills. We're now driving that down into the management level. But the third thing we did is I had a conversation one day with Fidel, who's here today, and with Andres, who you know, phenomenal people leaders, about what they were trying to do in the call centers. And I said to Fidel at the time, look, I think we've got something here that's really, really interesting.
I believe that coaching as an enabler of culture would drive both performance and engagement. Then we went and thought, how do we do this? And where we were coming from a few years ago was from a culture that I would call a culture of compliance. It's a call center, for God's sake. Checklists and Boolean values and policies being on and off and following templates is the expectation of performance. The problem is, from the moment you realize you're in a business of relationships, it doesn't work. But the problem is you get fearful because you don't know how to measure from the moment you depart from compliance and checklists.
One of the first things we did at the very beginning of the coaching journey is define what coaching meant. And that was really important to us because we used to use the word coaching for everything, right? I'm going to coach him because he was late for work. I'm going to coach her on her development. I'm going to coach my team on a new policy. Those are 3 completely different conversations. So we really wanted to define for a team what coaching meant. And we did that in a very coach-like way. So we went to managers across the country and asked them, how do you define coaching? And we took all of their input and distilled it into 1 sentence. And so for us, coaching is a reliable and caring approach to leadership based in self-discovery, empowering people to take ownership and be accountable. And so for all of us in this room who are familiar with coaching, we look at this and we say, oh, that's coaching. And when we share this with our managers, they look at this and they say, that's me. I'm about reliable service. I'm about caring for the customer. I'm about driving accountability and ownership. I'm accountable myself. And when we rolled this out, we very deliberately did it with a combination of a coaching demo. And so coaching demo would be when I would go to a site and I would coach, we would get all the leaders together, and I would coach a senior member of that leadership team in front of the whole group. And that set the tone for what coaching was going to be about. At the end of the demo, we would do a debrief. Ask the questions, what stood out to you? What did you see? What can you apply as you coach your teams? And invariably, what we heard from managers was, wow, the coach didn't say that much. The coach didn't tell the leader what to do. They noticed the types of questions we ask in coaching. They also had an insight of what it was like to be coached.